This is ComSC 142, and we're down to talking about how memory is handled on your machine, storage and the memory hierarchy. So I should have that here. All right, but the first thing I have to do, and I don't want to make a separate video of this all alone. If you see any of my projects where you have wget, this is not going to work anymore. Some of you have noticed. That's because my website has been under attack for a few weeks, and I had to turn on a defense in Cloudflare, and the defense requires you to use a web browser to view all the pages on my site. You can't connect with any command line tool like this because that's what the attackers do. So let me demonstrate how to work around this now. If you try to wget this file, it won't work. What you have to do is load it in a browser. So you load it in a browser. And then this is a plain text file, so one thing you could do is just copy the text and paste it into a text editor like Nano, but I'll show you how to handle this even if it's a binary file. You save this file in your downloads folder, for example. All right, and I've already got it, I'm going to overwrite it. All right, so I saved this file called average mat there, and then I've got my Intel-based virtual machine running here. Yeah, this is my Intel emulated virtual machine here with an IP address, and I've connected with SSH here into the Linux machine. And so what I want to do is send that file to the Linux machine, and here's how you do it. I'll just demonstrate it again. Once you're in your downloads folder, then you make sure you have the file you want, which in my case is, let me make sure this is visible. Yeah, it is, good. It's AV star is enough to indicate. So here's the file I want to move, averagemat v1.c. So you do a secure copy of that file, and then you specify the server you're sending it to the same way you do when making an SSH connection. Student, the username at the IP address, 65. I can see it there, 4, all right? And then you put a colon here, and that will put it in your home folder. And that's good enough usually to get it on the machine. But you treat this specifier of the account and the machine like a drive letter and put a colon there. Now it'll ask you for the password. And that's how you move it into a headless machine. Now, of course, if you have graphics on your Linux machine, you can just open a web browser and download it right there to get it in there. But if you have to move it from a host machine into there, you can do it with this. And by the way, I think SCP is in PowerShell now. Let me check that. If for Windows users. SCP in PowerShell. Because I know SSH is. And I think SCP is in there too. Yep, SCP is available in PowerShell, so it should work there too. There may be a slight difference in the syntax, but you can just check AI. So I wanted to show you that. That's important for people doing projects for the foreseeable future. You're going to have to not use wget on my site until this attack stops, and it's been going on for quite a while, and I don't imagine it's going to turn off anytime soon. So let me stop this recording to post it separately.